One time, we successfully mated a bulldog with a Shih Tzu.
Really? That's weird.
Yeah, we called it a bullshit.
Okay, is this guy just making it up as he goes? Yep. Is it all BS? Yep. Here's Big Nate with some more BS, because it's BSing with Big Nate.
That was new Crashing Atlas. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. Graveyard out now, being joined by, from left to right, God, I hope this is right because I never know what it does in production, but we got Dougie in the GNR shirt, Nick in the Crashing Atlas shirt, Paul tucked away in the back with the Crashing Atlas hat, and Marina, of course, which should be easy to differentiate, in her awesome Leaving My Heart in the Graveyard Crashing Atlas shirt.
There you go.
We're going to talk about the track, but I want to talk about something. You guys have some new merch.
We do.
Some killer stuff. I actually literally was just placing an order, or trying to place an order, for the Leaving My Heart in the Graveyard hoodie shirt. And, of course, you were out of my size.
Buy 400, get your 400 first for free. It's a deal.
So,
makes sense. Let me know.
I had to switch to the T-shirt, which is fine. I'm excited to get it all. But we're here to talk about the new track and an album coming out and things going on. You know, before we go any further, though, it's important that we have this conversation because I feel like Nick and I have a lot riding on this. Paul, is your Tamagotchi still alive?
All right. I made it to 3 days.
All right.
I did not get to your. I think you said 8.
I gave you 7.
So here's what happens. Tamagotchis don't die. They leave to their like home planet.
It's called dying.
And it's
Right.
I don't know if it's random or not, but
Did it go?
I kept it fed, and then after 3 days, it said, "See you later."
Did you clean up its poop? You've also got to clean up its poop.
Cleaned up its poop. I gave it its its medicine, and then when it left, I had a good nice cry after for
The moral of the
4 or 5
story
hours.
is don't let Paul babysit.
I think Nick won, so I owe him some beer and he gets the bragging rights.
Indeed.
All right, that's enough bullying Paul for now.
Is it?
It's never enough.
Okay, for now.
Let's talk about Graveyard. First, I want to get your guys' take on the song, and then I'll give you my take.
Sucks. Just kidding.
Terrible song.
Terrible. I'm so glad you said that. This was going to be awkward otherwise.
Why did we release that as a first single? Jesus.
We should have released the polka song.
Right. No, take it away, Murph.
Oh, I mean, I don't know, man. I just remember us being in the studio, and once we got this one down, we were like, this is like it. We were like, if anything else, we were like, I think this is the one where we were like, okay, this is going to give people an idea of what we're really trying to do with the record. Like, you guys sort of agree?
Totally.
Yeah, it kind of sets the tone of it because
Definitely
we
sets
were
the tone.
having the talks on what kind of song we want to release first because it's like this album is so different than anything we've done on all fronts. Where it comes, it's got softer stuff, it's got heavier stuff, it's got more electro stuff. And we're like, well, what do we think is the best way to? And I think Graveyard kind of really exemplifies the album. Like,
It's a good one. We liked it. We were like, we think people like this one. If we give this one to them first, and they might stick around for the rest of them.
it's a real groovy one, which I like. Actually, it's funny. The working title of the song I think was "Bounce" for so long before we named it because it's just such like a bouncy song.
Yeah, we definitely wanted to bring back the riff to Crashing Atlas. So I think we did that with this one.
I think you did as well. So, wow, there was a lot there that I've been waiting to hear. First of all, Bounce. We had a conversation last time we talked about the working titles. So this one was Bounce.
It was.
Yeah.
Bounce.
Okay. I like that. I see the bounce. Now, Dougie did say that when I heard it, I would see it. I see it.
We try and name our working titles like so when we do the instrumentals, we don't want to like poison the well for what the song is going to be about because we write something like that and we were going to name it in advance like I don't know, Car Smash Face or something. It's going to be, it sets the tone for that song. So we were like, we try and give them really ambiguous titles so it can turn into anything.
Nick, let's not forget about our sleeper hit that didn't make the album Car Smash Face.
Car Smash
It
Face.
did not make the album, sadly, but maybe bonus track will get Car Smash Face.
That's
Fun story.
the deluxe edition.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
our working titles also, as we changed the song, started to make less sense. Like there's a song that I think it's gonna be one of the singles we released that is called Side Stick, which used to have like Side Stick on the drums in it. Now it doesn't. Now there's a different song that has Side Stick in it, and it's super confusing now.
Is that called Side Stick?
Now, are you guys going to be able to keep track of that?
When I think of side stick, I don't even think of it as like the reason why we named it. It sounds like a weird fake like word. I was like side stick. Like it sounds like a weird like beef on a stick kind of thing.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. When he first said side stick, I thought maybe I should go to Urban Dictionary and see what that means.
Yeah.
It's also called a cross stick if you look that up.
Shut up, Paul.
Paul, really? We're having fun here. Come on, man.
We
Bring it
have
up technical.
when we were actually looking at what we wanted to name the album title,
Got
which we won't say now, like there was an original title we had,
Oh no, Nick, don't tell us.
and when we went on Urban Dictionary, and then we were like, no, we can't do it.
Can we tell what it was supposed to mean though?
Yeah,
It's kind of NSFW. Is that okay?
Yes.
it's
encouraged.
It's
Remember?
right.
It's bad.
Yeah.
No,
We
I
thought-
shouldn't say
we thought it was
too
a cool
dirty. It's
title,
too
but
gross.
we looked up Urban Dictionary, and then it's about you're just putting an egg up your bum.
It is about putting an egg up your bum.
Yeah, but not only putting an egg up your bum, but
Like
cracking
cracking it
it
within
while
the
it's
bum.
in the bum, and
Like-
then
So we didn't want that to happen when people Googled our
Yeah.
album. So
No, that's
Let's try
fair.
and check.
I have an Urban Dictionary story from the other day, actually. My wife, who is by trade a school teacher, I won't say which school or my wife's name because I don't want her to get in trouble, but she sends me a text message saying, "Does Thunder Beads mean what I think it means?" It's like, Thunder Beads? Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I work in radio. When we're off air, we all have foul mouths. I had never heard of Thunder Beads before. I learned last night what thunderbeads are, and
I can only
yes,
imagine.
they did mean what she in fact thought they meant, but she couldn't articulate that to me. Thunderbeads are another term for anal beads, which sounds horrendously painful, and we have gone on a dark road.
Yeah, we're talking about the song.
Which doesn't sound like
We're
butt.
getting into butthole
Which
territory
doesn't
here.
sound like butt. Yeah.
Nice,
So-
nice.
That song actually
nice
sounds
bringing
like
it
the
up.
opposite of butt.
I want to give my take on the track.
Go for it.
Totally.
I had the privilege of hearing it early, and first of all, if this is a feel of the direction of the sound of Crashing Atlas, I think people are going to be clamoring for the next single, clamoring for the album. It feels almost cinematic to me, though. Everything's so well produced, everything's so well mixed. It sounds so complete. There's kind of a build, and then when Marina's vocals hit, it feels complete.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Aw. We appreciate
And
it.
also, Marina, I don't know if this is a compliment or if this is an insult, but I'm going to do it anyway. There are some shades of early Flyleaf in there.
That is definitely a compliment. Hello, Lacey Sturm, my queen.
Oh, no, she's fantastic. So I think you've got something going on for everyone. I think this is a really accessible rock track, and I'm excited to hear more. You're really not going to tell me the album's name?
Maybe we'll tell you like off the record.
It's for the next interview.
It might be for the next interview. Yeah.
We're just how we're gonna keep getting on your radio show.
Yeah.
I mean, like I've said before, you guys are always welcome. So
We can tell you the title does include consonants and vowels.
do we have to buy them?
You have to. That's how we should
No,
announce
not-
it.
Not the album.
We get Pat Sajak involved.
Doug, you can
Isn't
be
he
at the
from DC?
screen where you reveal
I
the.
can be Vanna.
You can be
Pat
Vanna.
Sajak lives in DC, so you guys aren't that far away. You could probably like corner him somewhere and
Just
I got
make it
I'm
happen.
on it.
Let's make it happen.
I
you guys
got it.
find Pat. All right. Now I want to talk about the we've of course talked about the track and how it had the working title Bounce, but I want to talk about if from the writing process to fruition, this being the single and it being finally out, do you guys feel like a sense of a weight lifted off your shoulders? Do you feel weight on the shoulders? Does Paul need a massage because he looks kind of bored?
Absolutely off.
Off. I mean, because when it comes down to it, like we were working on this since what, like March, like when it
Yeah.
comes to like the instrument. At least Nick and I started on the instrumentals way back in March, and I think that riff was one of the very first riffs that we sent each other.
We
Yeah.
had two songs that we started writing with, and this was one of the ones that we started with the riff with it. And yeah, that was
It set the tone for what we really wanted to do for the rest of the record. It only makes sense that we put it out first just because it came first when it came to this entire process. It was like, this is what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, and oddly enough, this was like the last song on the record that we had any sort of vocal ideas
Yeah,
for.
I know. That was
Yeah.
It was like the last one to get finished. Like we
Yeah.
wrote like we wrote all the lyrics and vocals and stuff in the studio because this happened with a lot of the songs, but like there were just so many times that we were like, I mean, like you said, you know, like we spent a lot of time on the mixing, we spent a lot of time on the production, but like the vocals, like, oh my God, it was like, scrap that, start over. And it like, we just really wanted to get it like just right. So it took forever. Like we didn't get it down until it was like, okay, it's now or never, we have to finish this.
and something that tied it together too was it's kind of hard to hear in the background a little bit, but there's like it's kind of like this synth pad sitting there that just kind of gave it this ominous dark feeling, which I think and shout out to Felix, I think came up with that. And I feel like if that wasn't there, I don't know if the song would have taken the same
We were
form
like-
it had.
We were really vocally stuck on this song. Like, do you remember? Like we were sitting
do.
there, we were like, what do we do with this thing? And then
Yeah.
once we added the synth and like we gave it like some kind of an actual like feel, like an emotional feel, we were like, okay, I know what to do now. Because it was just like a shot in the dark every single time, and then it was like, this isn't right. So I'm glad it is good now.
So Marina can't see this, but while she was saying the bit about being vocally stuck, Paul was sitting there with the smug smile of a person who had all of his parts done first. So tell us, Paul, what's your secret?
lots of preparation.
Each.
I mean, like,
Yeah,
you
I was gonna
gotta,
say that.
like, I mean, like, there was a lot of writing going on and stuff, but I took the time for as many of the songs as I could to get actual music written so that I could just read music and play it. And even then, there were always some little things that we would change halfway through, but lots of prep. But also, I mean, like, we all helped with everything. So it's like I had help, you know?
Literally during one of the songs we were doing, there was like this cymbal hit that we needed to immediately kind of like choke. And we actually called, it was either me or Doug. I think it
It
was you,
was Doug.
Doug.
I have it on video.
We'll have to release the video. Like, so we needed to get it quicker, and Paul had to do something else in between. So Doug just sat there with his hands over the cymbal, and right when it happened, he just, and so I think Doug gets drum credits.
He gets drum credits.
I think I do.
He chokes the cymbal.
I'm guitar / percussionist.
There were a couple times I did that with the pedals. Like I would like shoot to turn the volume off all the way, and I'm like, I'm guitars now.
I'm basically a member of Slipknot. So
I also hit the record button a few times, so I get producer credit.
In fact, really, like you guys all shared credit, and that's the reason Paul's parts were done so fast.
Exactly.
You guys helped Paul.
Exactly.
You know,
Takes a village.
No, but
We're
we all
so
were
mean to
like
Paul.
writing throughout. Like it wasn't like I just finished my drums then I left. You
No,
know?
there's
And like all these guys were in the room when I was doing the drums too to like kind of just okay everything and
it was the most boring part of the whole studio. I'm kidding.
no, it's
Okay.
the best part.
Poor
'Cause I got to
Paul.
play the drums.
Drum day.
Paul, you
Every
did a
single
great
favorite
job,
day.
and I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir.
Good job, Paul.
Thank you.
yeah, that's the last bit of congratulations you get for this.
So you brought up that it's a very cinematic video, or it's a cinematic song, which works really well because we just shot a music video for it, and we've been getting our first sets of drafts back. So that's been
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so obviously you're not going to tell me anything, but I'm going to ask anyway. What can we expect from the video?
It is called Graveyard, so it's going to be creepy. We really honed in on the location, and it's really close to home to us. We'll just say that. Shout out to Fifi.
Do we have a tentative release timeline?
I think so.
We do.
I don't think
We
it's a
do.
big
We do,
secret.
right? Yeah.
It's not. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
we're aiming for 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
It's like the 5th or something like that.
Yeah.
You figure get the single out there so people can start listening to it, and then drop the music video. And it's a lot of the footage is super like you saw the movie The Ring, right? Where it's like that videotape kind of scary kind of vibe to it. It's kind of like that. It's creepy.
Or a little like Blair Witchy where it's through like the or
Found
like,
footage.
like Cloverfield where you're watching it like through a camera almost.
I mean, Blair Witch wasn't filmed all that far from you guys.
Burkittsville, Maryland.
Yeah.
Yep.
Makes
You guys
sense.
made the trip to
Tribute to
Burkittsville?
Maryland creepiness.
I've driven through Burkittsville sometimes, and every time I'm like, ooh, spoopy.
I've been to Burkittsville, and it's nowhere near as good as the movie.
Oh yeah, no, I went there and I like took stuff from the woods. I actually left some of it in Marina's car.
I hate you, Paul.
I found this tiny little straw doll, and I just left it to Marina's cup holder.
Why are you always trying to get me possessed by some demon? All of them. They're always trying to get me possessed by a demon. It's like
You got to
yeah.
keep things
Well, look at the
spicy.
food.
You got to keep them exciting.
It almost worked during the video.
Well, I mean, I'm more intrigued than ever. I can't wait for the video. Do we have okay? So we've got this single. I'm gonna be greedy because enough is never really enough. What's the release timeline? Of course, a video in about 2 weeks. Do we have a plan for the next single?
Yeah, we definitely do. Definitely do. We actually, I mean,
Can we start talking about it?
yeah, sure. I mean, we just got a mix back the other day from a single that has a very special feature on it, and it's probably one of the most like just straight up balls out rock and roll tracks that we've ever done. I mean,
It slaps.
yeah,
It slaps.
Yeah, I think people are really going to be excited about this one for sure. I mean, it's probably one of the coolest, riffiest, just screaming guitar solos. Like it's got a lot of different variables in it.
Also, I do want to throw out there, I'm literally singing with somebody that I had his face on my wall in high school. So
Yeah.
that's a thing. That's
Eminem.
When did you graduate high school, Marina?
2015.
Really? God.
Han Solo.
Shoot a little bike.
Damn it, I'm old.
Yeah.
No.
Us too, man.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna really miss
graduated
people telling me how
college.
young I am when I get old like you guys.
Thanks, Maureen.
Enjoy it.
That's great. That's what we needed. Thank you. All right. Graveyard out now. A video soon. We okay, so I don't know if we can talk about this. I'm gonna go ahead because I can edit it and post if I need to, but something that I've noticed about you guys is you're kind of like a family. You guys are all pretty tight knit, and for the longest time, Dougie wasn't living in the area, but seems like Doug back in town.
I'm back in town.
The boys are back in
Yeah,
town.
Yeah,
Hanging out Dougie.
pretty excited. I've actually moved. I mean, it's about 2 hours away. So I mean, I'm staying in Staunton, Virginia now. So it's a
Better than Chicago.
It's a very doable drive now. So I got off of work today and I hopped in my car and I drove down and I was like an hour in and I was like, wait, I only have an hour to go. This is weird. Like, cause I've driven here from just the Chicago area, which is like 11 hours of misery. And then I've done the plane rides and, these days it's like,
It's a piece of cake now.
yeah, right. No, but I'm so excited to be back. And this is the first time that I've seen them since I've gotten back. So,
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to the video. Of course, Graveyard kicking ass. Can't wait to see what the next single is. And since you're not going to give me anything else, I guess everyone be sure to check out Crashing Atlas on their social media. Give Graveyard some love. It's Spotify. Where else? Because
all the
All the
jams,
things.
all the jams. If you type it in, it's
You can,
farmers only.
I want to challenge people to make a TikTok dance with it. You can get it on
Absolutely.
TikTok.
Are you guys on TikTok?
Sort of.
Sort of.
I don't know what I'm doing
Should
on
be.
there.
We do
Paul-
have one, but it's like
Paul's not even on Instagram.
I've just
You go on
recently
MySpace.
figured out Snapchat. So I'm going to have to, I guess, learn.
Also on Vine.
Vine.
Vine still exists.
I mean, I don't know why my login doesn't work. I keep trying to log in and it just doesn't work.
I'm still on MySpace.
MySpace, there. Okay, so we'll have a real nerdy social media discussion here.
Cool.
Someone tried to bring back MySpace. It's this young, like, tech kid. That's what
Was it
we'll
Tom?
call him. I don't know. He doesn't like have a
Justin
degree
Timberlake guy?
or a job. He's like working his way through high school right now, and he launched his own social media network, and it's called Space Hey. And
I'm on that.
I haven't heard
based
it.
on
I have
MySpace.
an account.
Are you really?
Yep, I have an account.
Is it good? Because I'm really considering making the leap.
I
I'll
don't have
be,
any friends.
you'll be mine. All right. So that's what I'm going to do tonight is go on Space. Hey, what you all should do is check out Crashing Atlas. Give them some love. Get yourself some of their sweet new merch. And guys, thank you so much for joining me. I'm really excited about this.
Thank you, Big Nate.
Thanks, dude.
Appreciate it, brother.